What's up, guys? So sometimes you get a code in the ABS for a wheel speed sensor. You replace the wheel bearing and it throws the same code again. The reason being, most of the time anyway, that the wiring harness that comes out and goes down the control arm to the speed sensor that's in the wheel bearing can sometimes develop shorts in it. So today I'm going to show you how to replace that. Okay, so we start this out as you might expect with taking the wheel off after jacking the car up and supporting it with jack stand. Next thing I'm doing here is removing the old wire from where it plugs into the wheel bearing. Then I'm just pulling the hold downs up out of the control arm. The new wiring harness does come with replacements for all of these, so there's no need to try to save them. Here is the Dorman part number that I'm using, and they are different right or left, so there's two different part numbers depending on which one you're doing. Then I'm just going to plug the new one in and go ahead and route it down the control arm and get it to where it's supposed to be. Now, if you know where the brake is and you're only trying to replace that part, you can cut this harness shorter to however much of the wiring harness you need to replace to solve the problem. But since I don't know exactly where the brake is in this wire, I'm going to replace it most of the way up into the main harness. And I will warn you that the little push-ins on these were really hard to get into the holes on the control arm compared to stock. Then once I've got the old wire freed up all the way up to the top, and you can see I'm just using needle nose pliers to get these out. The next thing that you have to do is lay the old wire out and the new wire out and see where they're going to join. Then cut them both at near the same place, but leave each a little longer because you're going to need room to cut and splice. Then you're going to pull the wiring out of each side, out of the loom, so that you can get to the wires themselves to splice them. Now the car has a green and sort of a tan colored wire. The Dorman harness has a green and brown wire. But if you'll notice here, I did not hook those up green to green, tan to brown. And I'll show you why in a couple minutes, but I did actually have to reverse these to make this work correctly. And I am just using the butt connectors that came with the kit so I can show you guys what it comes with. If you have the materials and you want a better connection, I would suggest actually soldering them and heat shrinking them. But it does come with these little butt connectors that are heat shrinkable, so they're pretty decent. Just make sure you use some good crimpers so you get a really good connection. This set of crimpers actually does a really good job, and they are probably my favorites for this kind of job. Then once you've got all that done, I'm doing a little bit of taping just to make sure that the wires don't bother each other or we don't have any problems there. And then pretty much once you've got that done, first you're going to heat shrink the connectors like this, which will just seal the connectors off and make them waterproof. Then you're going to just push the loom back to cover as much of the wire as you can. And I went ahead and taped that the rest of the way up just so it would look better. Okay, so you may have seen in that I did not connect the same colors to the same colors. The reason why is I went on the old plug here and pulled this back, and then using this for reference, figured out which side was which color.
then it determined by doing the same thing to the new one that they were backwards. Never ever trust the aftermarket to factory color coding. It is not always the same. Always double check it. And after a short test drive, that particular code is gone. I am going to need to do the same procedure on the left side. Don't ask me how the previous owner broke the wiring on both sides, but apparently they did. Other than that though, that will take care of that. I hope this was informative to you guys in some way or another. If it was, make sure that you like this video and that you let people know about it. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you'll see future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.